Hello, hello, hello. This is the late night live that I'm doing. I don't have anything planned. I just decided to come on and talk. So, yeah, yeah, I probably won't be on here too long though. Sometimes you just need to talk, vent, get it out. You can't always get it out with people, or your family, your friends. You don't want to feel judged or any of that in any kind of way. So, um, just ready, yeah, ready for some things to be different, but I haven't made the real steps for them to be different. You know what I mean? It's not always easy to make a better choice for yourself when you always used to looking out for everyone else, and then you trying to figure out how do I look out for myself? At what point do I decide that I'm worth looking out for me? When? When do you decide that is the question. Yep, that is the question. When do you decide to look out for you? Decide you are worth looking out for. You are good enough. You are smart enough. You are all those things. And then some. Yep. Yep. So just you have to ask yourself sometimes. Yeah. Don't always have the answers though. We don't always have the answers at all. So I'm about to check to make sure that you all can hear me. Okay, so you can't hear me. I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if I was being heard or not. So I'm happy that I'm being heard. So yeah. Um Usually I'm doing like some poetry, but I guess I'm just kinda talking tonight. I know it's what, about almost 2 in the morning. I really should be sleeping right now, ready to go to bed because I know I have to get up tomorrow and go to work. I have to work. I work like an hour plus away, and but the good thing about it is tomorrow I don't have to get up early as I usually do because I'm working late tomorrow. Well, I'm not working late in the evening, but I don't have to be there until later than I usually do. Because usually I have to leave my house about between 8:15 and 8:30. If I leave at 8:30, I'm running exactly on time, which I don't really like to get to my client's house exactly on time because I'm getting things out of my bag and stuff like that. And so I end up like at the door about 2 to 3 minutes after or so like that. And so I like to try to get there at at, you know on time. Try to be there like 9:55 or so. So that's why I like to leave about 8:15. But tomorrow I don't have to leave until probably about 9:45 or so. I might leave like not between 9:45 and 10 because I don't have to be there until 12 tomorrow. So yeah, and then my friend from back home, she has moved up that way, and I stop by and I visit her, and we just have us ourselves a good old time kicking and laughing and just having a good time with an old friend. So I definitely been enjoying my old friend, going by, spending time with her, and just having a good time, having a few drinks. Yes, having a few drinks and eating good food. Uh-huh. And I keep telling her, I said, girl, I cannot mess with you because I am not gonna lose any of this weight that I'm trying to lose messing with you, coming over here and eating. Mhm. And so I told her that. I ended up telling her that, but you know, I get up and I walk. Well, I didn't walk for about 3 days this week, but I'll get at it. I will definitely get at it. I know I should have went on and went live earlier today, but I haven't felt like it. I've been in the funky space, been in the funky space for past few days, really. Because it's just I have things going on. It's not like I haven't shared a lot of these things with you, but I'm just trying to really wrap my head around a real choice and sticking to that choice this time, no matter what. No matter what. And I've been asked about that choice again. I've been asked about that choice again, and I told them that it's still the same. It's still the same. And so they don't like what I have told them, but that's my choice. That's what I'm choosing because it's been a long while since I chose me. It's been a long while since I chose me, and I've been trying to figure out how to choose me. You know what I mean, ladies. Some men know what I mean too. It's not easy deciding that you you are worth it. You are everything. You are something. You are somebody. It's just not. It's just not what I'm gonna do because I always do a little poetry. I think I'll probably do some poetry here, and I think I will. I don't know. I said I think I will. Oh, I do have my little book out here, don't I? I forgot I left my book in the car. I sure did. Yeah, I'm in the car right now. I had to come outside, and that's another reason I'm not getting to really do what I want to do because the husband be all up in there, the TV all loud, and all this other kind of stuff going on, and I can't. And then I was challenged to do the Blue Outs challenge by Tony Hendricks Green. I went and I bought the Blue Outs. I ate one. While after I wanted to see what it tasted like. So I ate it. It was really nice. It tasted really good. And then I put it in the refrigerator. I put the bag in the refrigerator, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it tomorrow. So how about he ate the Blue Outs? He didn't eat them all, but I ended up not having enough because he ate enough where I didn't have enough. So I was saying something to him about it. So I'm like, oh, you still have five? No, I didn't still have five. So I had to buy two. I found two loose Blue Outs in Food Line, which I was surprised when I found them. So I bought the two. I bought the two because it was like three left after he ate what he ate. And so it just gets a bit frustrating sometimes when people don't respect your shit. You know what I mean? When they don't respect your shit and then they expect you to respect their shit. That pisses me off. Yeah, I said it. And that's how I said it. And I meant what I said. When they don't respect your shit. I'm sick of it. You know what I mean? I'm sick of it. I'm sick and tired of it. I am so fucking tired that it don't make sense how tired I am. I've been carrying this fucking load since I was in my early 20s. Okay? My early 20s. I'm almost 50 now. I'm almost 50 and I'm having all kind of issues. And I know the issues are from stress because why? I'm working. I'm working. He's not doing anything. I'm working. I'm going to work. I'm getting up. I'm going to work. I'm handling my business, which I have always done as a woman, as a mother, as a person, as an adult. I don't get it. I don't get it. I just truly don't get it. I hear noise in the background. I'm sorry, people. Hold on. I forgot I had playlists running. I hope y'all can't hear them. So let me oh no, hold on. Um mm, yeah, let me go. Okay, so that who is that? I know I heard a playlist. I heard that was that oh is that me? Oh, I think that is me. I'm hearing myself echoing because these playlists are done. Unless this one isn't done. Okay, so I think this one isn't done. Okay, so I'm gonna put it's not, but it's circling. Done. Okay, okay, so yeah, I hear it. I can hear it. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and pause that one because everybody else is done. I think, and there we go. So everybody wasn't done. I had forgot. I had forgot all about the playlist. Hey, cooking in the mo, how you doing? I didn't even know you were in here. Oh, thank you for the like. Thank you for the like. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm just up in the middle of the night, uh, having a rant. I guess having a rant when I need to be for sure in the bed. That's what I need to be doing in the bed for sure. But I'm up ranting about craziness that I could never change. That's how it is sometimes. Ranting about something you can't do nothing about. So that's what I am doing. And yeah, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't really have too much that I'm saying. I know, I said I was going to look in my book, and then I didn't look in my book. I started talking, but yeah. So that's what that is. It's just tired. I'm tired of being the one to carry the load. I'm tired of being the one that's always doing what needs to be done. You know what I mean? I feel like I have been the man in this marriage, even though I'm not a man, but I have been the man. And when do I get to not be a man in the marriage? When? And so what is going on is I have asked my husband to go, and I've asked him to go many times. And always end up having him come back, let him back in, let him back in. It's a back and forth thing. I'm just being honest while I'm being honest, okay? So recently I have told him to go. I've told him to go again. I told him to go. And he asked could he stay to the end of the month. So I told him okay, he could stay to the end of this month. I don't see any harm in that. And and so fine, everything fine. He still know that at the end of the month gonna have to go, he gonna have to go. He asked me tonight about it, about did he have basically trying to find. So I had to end up telling him, yes, it's still staying. You have to go to the end of the month. I'm sticking to that. And because he was thinking that, because usually When I tell him he can stay, uh, stay until a certain time, I usually don't stick to it. I just tell him, okay, you know, don't worry about it. But I'm tired. You know what I mean? I'm tired. I'm frustrated. And there's been so many things that's been done. That's been done. I don't hate him. I don't hate my husband at all. If he could just do just a little better. But we can't make people into who we want them to be or who we think they should be. So it's just time for me to work on me. Work on me because I've been working on this for 20 plus. You know what I mean? So it's just time for me to say I'm important. I'm worth being loved by myself, by me, by Verda. And it's not always easy. No, it's not. But you can do it. You can do it through love for yourself, through dedication to yourself. And you just have to know that you know that you know who you are, what you're worth. You need to know those things. And I haven't always known me. I haven't always known my worth. I haven't always cared about myself either. But I feel good about me lately. I feel a lot better about me. I was having a moment earlier though, I was having a moment. I put some craziness up on social media. I took it down. But I was having a moment. And in that moment, I saw the love, like in that moment that I had, and I put that up. My daughter called. I saw she called. I didn't answer her call. I told her I was okay because somebody else had already called, and I don't know the lady. I met her through my poetry group, my poetry group or a poetry group. I don't even know. And so she called me through Facebook, and she prayed for me. And then one of the other poets called. And so that's why I didn't get to my daughter's call because they had already called. And I told my daughter I was okay. I was okay. And I was trying to just get my mind right. Some days, some days I'm good, some days I'm not. But for the most part, I'm getting better. And I'm gonna keep on pressing. I'm gonna keep on pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing because it's just not easy every day. You know, I have wanted to give up some days. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Jess Chalafonte. I didn't know you had came in. Some days I just wanna give up on me, but I can't. I can't. I can't give up on me. And to go ahead and love me more, treat me better, right? Means to go ahead and let go what's hurting me and what's been hurting me. Not physically, no. No, my husband haven't been hurting me physically. But when you won't keep a job, when you won't keep a job for many years, this has been going on. And when you take money out of the home, all the things that's been done, that can never be undone. The things that you have done, that He has done, all those things. And I don't hate Him. I'm disappointed in how I allowed my life to go, how I didn't choose me. You know what I mean? And I had the chance, I had choices, and I never chose to choose me. And I never understand why I never chose to choose me or feel like I was good enough to choose me. You know? So I remember um, when I decided to leave him the first time, I left. I left. I went home. I went back to Maryland, D.C., Maryland. I went back up there. I left from down here. And I was in school. I was going to college when I left. When I got home, I had small people to take care of. So I didn't go back to school. I didn't go back. I could have went back to school, I guess, but I didn't go back to school because of, I needed to work. And then it was just like, okay, how am I gonna be able to go to school and look after the kids and stuff? And it was already difficult going to work, to look after the children. So how could I add school on as well? How could I do that? So I didn't. I didn't. And I regret my choice of not finishing school, not finishing college. I regret that. I really do. And I tried to go back again down here. I tried to go back again down here when we got back together, and I moved back because I had been gone for 4 years. I was doing fine without him for those 4 years, and we ended up getting back together. Said that he's doing better. He got himself together. All this stuff. All all the blah blah blah, whatever, whatever. Anyway, so really, ended up moving back down here, and so once we moved back down here, I decided to um, go back to school. So I was going back to school. I went back to school. I was trying to get my degree, and guess what? He would not work. He quit work, and so guess who stopped school? Me. I stopped school so I could work, take care of my kids, look after my children. So I think about that. And it's been just eating at me lately about especially that because you know I'm working this job that I have now. I don't hate the job. It's not bad. But why didn't I decide to choose me? No, I have no idea. No idea. Mm, Yeah, I just don't. I don't know. I have no idea. I just feel like Murray's song right now. I just want to be happy. And I can hear the lyrics in my head. I can't sing, but I know the lyrics. Why can't I? How can I love somebody else if I can't love myself enough to know when it's time to let go? You know what I mean? Like, I know, I feel those lyrics and I understand them completely, wholeheartedly, wholeheartedly. I had to really decide that I'm worth being loved by me. I have to decide that it's okay to choose me. And it doesn't matter what anybody think about the choice that I make for me, because the choices that I have made, they've been beneficial. Yes, especially for the children, for me to be able to work and all that. So, I knew I had to make that choice. But if I had made another choice to go ahead and just let him go on about his business, stay gone about his business, and figure it out how to still work and go to school. I could have, the kids are grown up, so I can go back to school. Doesn't matter. Like, none of that matter. I can do all that online now. So, so I can do those things if I want to. So that's the good thing about it. That's the really good thing about it. I can do it. Okay. And I know that I can do it. But what I have to make sure that I decide to do is stick to my plan on loving me, choosing me, and letting go. And letting go. Because it's been difficult for me to let go. Even through everything this went on. And it has not been a cake ride at all. Thank you, Judge Alafante. That's what I'm trying to do. Change things up. Change things up and choose me. Choose me. I'm up late at night. Up late at night just venting. I'm sorry, people, but this is just, I'm up. I'm feeling how I'm feeling. I'm up. And I wish that I was feeling a little bit better, but sometimes I get into these moods and, I just don't want to be bothered. I don't want to do anything. But I was like, okay, I know that I need to be doing this because I had almost decided to just give up and throw in on even trying to finish this. And I'm almost to where I need to be. And I was ready to go ahead and just stop because I've been unhappy on the inside. I haven't wanted to share any of that with anybody. I just kind of wanted to just work through it on my own. That's what I've been trying to do. Work through it. Gonna, if I can. Oh boy, there we go. I opened up the door. If I can find one of my poems. So I have my little small book out here. I'm gonna read one. Yeah, gonna read one of the poems. Oh man. Um uh, oh, you don't have the other book out here. That one's in the house. It's a small book. I have a few things in here, not many, not a lot, but I'm gonna read them. I'll read something. I'm gonna read something. I don't know what yet. hmm I don't know what. Oh, well, I ran across that. I don't think I want to. Um, I don't know where my mind might go if I read that. There's a lot. There's a lot to be said in that, and there's a lot of pain from that. So I think I'm gonna keep it moving off of that. Yes, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna read that. Nope. Oh, this kind of good. I know I heard this one before. This one kind of fun. No, I already been bringing the mood down with my sadness. Um, I'm not sad now. I was just talking about how I've been feeling sad or whatever. Yeah. So this is called My Roots. Let me talk to you about my roots. Roots are strong and thick, not easy to break. Roots that go back to a time before I was ever born. Unfortunately, my roots were broken, and I was taught my beautiful afro had to be tamed with a straightening comb because my thick rooted curly hair was unacceptable and my hair was ugly, unstraightened. I never thought my hair was nappy and unacceptable. Even as a child, when I was getting my hair straightened, I always thought my thick curly hair was gorgeous. Unfortunately, I was taught I had to have a certain look, so I never got to know my deep rooted curly hair. I finally decided to truly go natural and go back to my natural roots and unleash my beautiful afro bush. Yeah, so it was lovely to meet her. So, in meeting my hair, I've learned a lot of different things about her. And I'm still learning about her because she has grown out a lot. She has grown out a lot. And I have another one I haven't really shared. It's kind of, because I didn't, I'm still not, mm, I don't know. I haven't shared it yet. So I'm thinking on it. I think it needs work, but I'll still share it. And I think I'm gonna still work on it though. It's called, still about natural hair, but it's called Listen to the Beauty of My Afro. She plays a strong song of knocking on congos, spiritual hymns, jazz tunes, rhythm and blues, hip hop, and poetry too. She represents so many things to me as a black woman. I am going to tell you exactly what she represents to me. The beauty of my afro is a representation of fearlessness to me because as little black girls, we're taught straighten your hair, straighten your hair or perm it because your natural hair was nappy and other mess. It took me being fearless enough to cut off all my hair and allow it to grow back into an afro. It took me being fearless once again and cut it off and still rock my natural in my short fro. The beauty of my afro represents courage to me, the courage my grandma had to leave her marriage and raise her sons alone back then was courageous. Hmm. Whoa. So, yeah, didn't see that coming at all. I forgot I wrote that down. I forgot that I put that in there, but I needed to see it. I needed to actually see that. I'm glad that I decided to look and see it. And this here is black man, black man. Here we go. Black man, where do you stand? Black man, are you willing to protect your black queens? Or are you going to bring her misery and pain? Is my question. Which black man are you, the protector or the one that brings pain? Black man, where do you stand? Do you stand on the side of making sure your black queen knows she's important to you, or do you stand on the side of breaking her down and making the black queen feel like less than a queen? Black man, I need to know where you really stand because too many of our black queens have been broken by a black man. Black man, where do you stand? Hey, 1SP, how you doing? How you doing? I didn't know that you had came in. It's nice to see you. I was just reading a little bit of my poetry. I had been talking earlier, and I decided to read some of my poetry. And yeah, that's about it. I don't, you know, because it's kind of late. Late early in the morning. I should really be in the bed, but I decided to get up and go ahead and do this while it's, I came outside in the middle of the night, got in my car, decided to do this because it's still like the TV and stuff on and just all that, and really want to bother anybody, but I just decided that it's time for me to get back on, go ahead and get back on top of things and do what I know I need to do and just get at it because the only way things gonna get done is if I do them. Even if I'm not feeling like it. Uh, oh, you like it? Oh, okay. Let me invite you. Hold on. Invite. All right, there it is. I put the invite button up. Oh, did I must have closed this door right. Oh, and my hip still didn't let it close. Boy, these hips, I tell you. These hips, girl. So you want to come up? 1SP? I dropped the link. Oh, maybe you left. I don't see you trying to come in. Well, let me know. Let me know again if you're still trying to come in. Yep, yep. Let me see. Let me look and see. Yeah, no, I still didn't see you. Okay. Alrighty then. Okay. So, um, let me see what else I have in this book. Let's see. My Black History stuff I have in here. Okay. I'm still here. There's some of that in here. And, oh my goodness. I do not feel like going online to look for anything tonight. I just don't. So I'm gonna read another one of my old ones here. Is your house in order? Why are you so worried about everyone else's life? What is the real root of your problem? Why do you think you're always right? Who gave you the authority to stampede all over so many people's lives? Answer me this. Is your house in order? Stop worrying about everyone else's daily life. Stop trying to run people's life. Take your nose out of everybody's business. You need to stop calling people on the phone and telling them what's going on with other people before you try and judge, because you really can't. Answer me this. Is your house in order? Yeah, so, a lot of times, we decide we have this or that to say about somebody else and how they live their life. But what about how you live in your life? What about that? Why are you worried about somebody else and what they doing? Worry about yourself. You know what I mean? A lot of times we worry about the wrong stuff. We worry about the wrong stuff. People worried about that person's business, this person's business. Well, what about your business? What are you doing? What are you trying to cover up that you so worried about what I'm doing? Okay, or what she doing or what he doing. Mind your business. Mind your business. Mind your business. Because what other people doing, if it's not hurting you, it does not concern you. If it's not hurting your children, does not concern you. Mind your business. Yeah, mind your business. You know, that's what I say. But a lot of times people don't want to, don't know how to, or just just plain stupid. Okay, just ridiculously stupid. Because they want to mind somebody else's business when they could just be minding their own. Worry about yourself. Worry about that. How about that? Worry about you instead of worrying about other people. Oh, excuse me. I don't know if you heard me, but I had to burp and it came out. Oh, yep, it came out. Yep. So that was what that was. Uh-huh. Oh, okay. All righty. All right, one SP. Okay. All righty. Oh, let me see if you're ready. Oh, there you go. I see you. I'm sorry, I was somewhere else. Oh,
that's
how you
that's
doing?
that's okay. That's okay. I see that it's like 4 3 people in here right now, so at least you got an audience. You know, at least you got audience. And stuff.
Oh,
But it's an honor to be on here. You have been such an inspiration. I don't know if you realize that from my comments to your videos, but you have been an inspiration to me and my family. I appreciate everything that you bring in to the forefront. And your poem addressing the black man and everything like that. I feel more than um, responsible for the lack of acknowledgement of what the black woman signifies. If it wasn't for the black woman, biblically speaking, we would not have, you know, every other race. The black woman is the mother of all nations. I mean, it's that's what Sarah name was. Sarah, in Hebrew means the mother of all nations, and stuff like that. So, and a lot of people don't realize that. It's not just calling a black woman a queen or anything like that. I have 2 boys to raise of my own, and stuff like that. And I had to just put my youngest son in his own bed before I came on here. But
oh,
it's
okay.
yeah, that's what took me so long. I had to put him in his own bed. He's like, "Daddy, let's pray first." I'm like, in the middle of the prayer, he fell asleep. I was like, "Thank you, Lord, Amen." And I came on here. So you know,
Well, the baby wanted to pray, and I I really appreciate you saying that. That I've been an inspiration, and yes, I see your comments, and thank you for coming by. Thank you for commenting, and I truly appreciate all your kind words and all your kindness. You know.
yeah, we I really think that you know a lot of times society portrays the black man as, in order to be a leading black man, you have to you know be quote unquote hard, so to speak. And hard, meaning that you have to do, a lot of things that are not becoming of a leader of a home, and stuff like that, you know. And if that's the case, then that's not being a leader. You're leaving a lot of um, wives without husband, and a lot of children without fathers, and a lot of you know a lot of resources that need to be there when the man is home. A lot of resources that need to be there when the man is home is not there. It's vacant. That woman, that wife or that mother has to take on the role of not just being um, that leader of the household, but also be that protector of the children when the man should have been the protector of the children, the leader of that household. And that's why a lot of women, a lot of sisters, are approaching a lot of different avenues of becoming the head of like all races, not just as a woman, but as a person, as a human being. That the black woman is like almost the biggest threat to the United States right now, because the black woman is not submissive like the black man to the white man. The black woman, is empowered. She is tired of being, mistreated. She is tired of being misled. She is tired of being mistold a lot of things that have been told throughout history. It's a mockery, of how the black woman has been treated, all throughout time, in America, you
Yeah.
know. But if you read the scriptures, the black woman If it wasn't for the black woman, the Lord that died for everybody's sins wouldn't even be born. This is how powerful the black woman is, and when you find out things like that, that makes you honor the black woman. But it's a lot of black women, I must say, it's a lot of black women don't even know their worth, don't even know their value, and it's very hurtful, for a black man to see the value and see the quality and the inheritance that a black woman has, and when he tries to tell her and educate her and inspire her on who she really is, the power that she has, the control that she has, and she doesn't see it. What do you do? And that was my marriage. I was married to a black woman at the time that did not see her value, that did not see who she really was, and the power that she had, and the inheritance that she had just by being who she is. You know she all she saw was that she was just another black woman from the hood, and everything, that was married to a soldier at the time. That's all. Yeah, I was a soldier at the time, but that's all she saw. She didn't see no value beyond that. And it didn't work out. The marriage did not work out. It didn't. As much as I tried, and it didn't. But now she sees it. Now that we're not together, she sees it. And stuff, and see her value. So it's painful. It's painful for a lot of people to not know it. But my children do know the value of a black woman, and how powerful she is, and all of that. And they do also know that's a lot of black women that don't want to be educated on their power. They don't want to get educated on their inheritance because it's so much responsibility. When you find out that everyone has a purpose, everyone has a calling, everyone has a destiny, and you find out that the black woman, was God chosen, vessel, really God chosen vessel, from the moment Eve was created, you know, God did not come after, Eve ate the fruit. God came after Adam ate the fruit, and stuff like that. He the one that put mankind in a sin because God instructed Adam to not eat of the fruit. But, since the beginning of time, the woman been God, the black woman has been God chosen vessel, and I don't know. I know I'm mumbling a lot. But it's a lot of scriptures, and it's a lot of, reading context and studying that that most men has to go through. And I had like one of these like electives that I couldn't get out of, women's studies and stuff like that. And it was hard. It was hard. And it drew a stronger feeling when I was in college. It grew a stronger feeling for the black woman. It because my mom is black, and my mom didn't even know, until I started, telling her, and how inspired I was by her, by her demeanor to keep pushing, to keep thriving. My mom is a courageous woman, and everything. I know why my dad, stood by her. He saw what took me a college education to see that he never had. He saw it from day one, exactly who my mom was. He saw who she can be, from day one. They were only teenagers, and he knew how strong and powerful she was, and stuff like that. So, I talk about that a lot on my channel too, but I just enjoy what you bring to the table. You make me feel, responsible a lot, for, as a father of two black boys, to raise them in a society where they do value the worth of a black woman. But like I said, there are, some that don't want to know. It's a responsibility. It's a big responsibility, for a black woman to see purpose in her life. Big because it's a lot. It's a lot on your shoulders, It's a lot, So
Oh, wow.
I wrote a poem too, but
Well, well, I want to hear it. I love poetry.
well, I've said it on. I've it only got like a few views, but it's called "Screwing Black Woman." Not the Maya Angelou version, but it was I think uh, I think I was really like a big Angela Bassett fan at the time when I wrote it. You
Uh-huh.
I'm not, so if she watching, Angela Bassett, I didn't mean to name drop you, but, no one never knew who I wrote it for, but, I've always been a big fan of Angela Bassett, always,
Me
since
too.
since
Me too.
Boys in the Hood, 10 of Us Love got to do with it. I always been a big fan of Angela Bassett. Everybody was like Halle Berry. I was like, no, Angela Bassett.
She been
Before she
bringing
did
it, right?
Stella Grew Back.
Yes, she been bringing it for years.
Yeah. When the exhale, when
Oh,
he left her for a white woman. Oh, he left you for a white woman. Come on to me. Come on to me. I was a
oh,
little kid. I was a little kid back in '95. So,
oh,
huh?
I said, oh, okay, okay. You bought my daughter's age. I was pregnant with my youngest daughter when that came out, and me and my hopefully I won't start crying, but me and my cousin, she's since passed on. We went to see that movie together, and that was actually the last thing that we did together before she passed away.
Sorry to
And
hear
so
that.
yeah,
My
that was that
condolences.
became that became a movie like that I would watch over and over again because that was actually the last thing that we did together. Because I used to come and see her like during the summer, and then I would go home and like the way that they called me about how she had passed away, and it was oh my goodness, and she was just she was my best friend, my yeah. Well, most of I had my cousins were I had best friends and my cousins. She was one of them,
Mm,
and yeah, and so I was calling her like I was trying to call her. I didn't get to speak to her before everything happened, and
mhm.
um and I was calling her to tell her like, hey, you Bernadette in the movie, like the way she burnt that man shit up. And
I
I
can
know,
believe it.
when she burnt up, when Bernie burnt up her husband's stuff. So I was calling her to be like, hey, it was you call her like, a joke. It wasn't really a joke because she was just that she could be that mean to somebody, but you had to deserve it. And I was calling her to, say that to her so we could have a laugh. But I didn't get to speak with her, and then by the time I heard anything back, it was she had passed away. You
Oh
know,
man,
yeah. So we didn't talk. Didn't get to talk to her.
I know one thing. Her
But
legacy thrived through your hard work, your ministry on here.
thank, thank
I
you.
mean, you have a complete ministry on here. Like I've never seen a woman that like solely like come on here to empower families. Like you're not just empowering women, but you're empowering families on here.
I,
You are strengthening a black family, and that's real like I know it weighs on you a lot. I know it weighs on you a lot, to come on here and bring up like all of these like thought provoking topics. It's like you got a library of like empowerment, a library of empowerment on here. Like YouTube is making money off of you. Like it is no doubt. Even if they probably see a few views, a lot here, a lot there, but a few views. But I guarantee someone is writing down everything. And like I'm serious. They are, they're like, this is truly empowerment for the black family. Your whole channel is a ministry. So I'm pretty sure your cousin is probably thriving through all your accomplishments, on
Oh,
here and in your life outside of YouTube. I'm
well,
pretty
thank
sure.
you. I appreciate that. Would
My best friend's still alive. She's still alive, so
yeah.
she's she said I'm boring. So,
She
know,
said you boring.
yes, I'm boring. My best friend, she's getting married sometime next year. It was supposed to be this year, but the pandemic started, and
Oh my goodness.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but she plan on getting married next year. If the pandemic ends, I'm like, why does it matter? If you want to be with the person, you want to be with them. But she's like, you know what? If God is not telling me to do it right now, I'm not going to do it right now. So, and God is not leading the groom either to do it right now. So I guess, they're going to wait until next year. That's what the Lord told them, and that's what they're going to do.
Oh,
You know,
well, that's good. Good morning, Jassy Nicole. How are you? I appreciate you coming in.
oh
I
yeah,
see that you put up
Jazzy Nicole everywhere.
the a video for the Greenleaf. I'm gonna check it out. Like I haven't had a chance to check it out yet, but I'm gonna check it out. I haven't watched Greenleaf in a little bit, but I was like, I'm gonna see what you
She
have to say. That way I can just get the information and see if I want to go back and watch it or not.
she touched down my channel too, like a few days ago. She got a lot of great content too,
Oh
empower,
yeah. Oh yeah.
empowering content. It's yeah, but yeah, my friends say I'm boring now. I'm not a party guy, and everything. Okay, so when I got divorced, usually
Mm,
when I get, I break up with somebody, I go out and stuff like that. I'll be ready to, mingle and stuff like that. But this time, when I finally my divorce was up and everything, I didn't party. I didn't go anywhere. I focused on my kids. I focus on my ministry. I focus on getting myself right with God. I know that one of the biggest things in my failed marriage was that I I took a person, and I said, God, make this marriage work, instead of letting God, reveal a person to me and waiting and being
mm.
patient. I know that God is gonna make a way, and everything. I know God got a purpose for everything. So, instead of waiting on that, I didn't do it. I just, you know, you know, saw a person that looked pretty, fine, and everything. I was like, God, make this my wife. And then, I married her. I'm like, oh God, you made it my wife, and stuff. I'm like, oh yes, this is my wife. This is good, but into the marriage and stuff, and into marriage and stuff, it became obvious that we're not equally yoked.
Yeah.
I got more into studying the scripture, and I got more into praying and stuff like that, versus she's was like trying to drift away from all of that, and stuff like that. And the more I got closer to God, the more my marriage started drifting away, and I don't know if that was a test or not, but then I had people from the outside, and came in, and her family, you know was, her family was like, oh, I don't know how you're gonna keep this up. And then my family said the same thing. I don't know how you're gonna keep this up. So, and it was really like she, like I said, she didn't know her value. I'm not gonna get into how she didn't know her value, but she didn't know her value then. She didn't know how she didn't appreciate, the she didn't appreciate, marriage. She didn't value marriage. She didn't value, you know, herself, in the marriage, and the marriage suffered big time.
Mhm.
The family suffered. The kids, everything, suffered. So it's a lot of things that happen that you would never imagine in a marriage. It's a lot of things that happen. If this guy was like this to you, why would you do this? And it's real
Oh,
crazy.
I could only, I can't even only imagine, but
Yeah.
I could definitely, um, no, I definitely, you know, I
If
have
this,
my, I have my issues.
oh,
You
you
know,
do?
I have my issues. I've been married 20 years, I think, about 20 years now.
Uh huh.
And I was talking about it, I was talking about what you're talking about now before you came in, before I decided to start reading poetry because it was just getting like a little bit upsetting. But um I've left my husband like a few times. I had to leave him. I left him one time for 4 years, got back together, and he was supposed to be doing better, had himself together, all this and that, but those were lies. And just got back together again, got back together again. And
That
um
that
hold on,
hurts.
did I get back? I left him again for a year, like not too long ago, and I let him back in. And it's just been an up and down process. And so this last time here is like I'm tired. You know what I mean? I'm tired. I've been with you since I was in my early 20s. I've given you the best of all of my years, only for you to continue to lie. You know what I mean? To continue to lie, not decide that you want to be a better person, but you would rather still be out there, be an addict. I'm just gonna put it out there. It
You
is what
don't
it
have to.
is.
You don't have to. You don't have to. You don't
I
have to.
I don't.
Please don't. Please don't. Please
It's
don't.
just
Don't do it. Don't do it.
I already did, and so I'm just tired. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So I'm tired.
I know.
So, I have asked him, at the end of the month, this month here, to go ahead and go. Well, I had told him he had to go. He asked could he stay to the end of the month, and I said, he could stay to the end of the month. So he was asking me about it tonight because usually I'll change my mind, but I told him no. He still had to go because it's been an ongoing process of not keeping a job, and then get a job and then say things are hurting and all this kind of stuff, and then don't go to work. And so right now that's what I'm dealing with. Me going to work, him in the house talking about his back hurting and all this other kind of stuff. No, I'm tired. I've
Yeah.
been carrying this family since I was in my 20s. I've been the one working all these years. I have not got to see what it's like to be a wife that's taken care of because he has not did that. I have done that for myself all these years, and I'm tired.
See, you the embodiment of everything I was talking about. See, everything. You the embodiment when I was rambling. You the embodiment of everything. But I don't know where did this happen. I don't know where this happened. I don't know how black men cannot see their place as protecting, the black woman and keeping that value, of the black woman, like, precious. I don't know where that came from. I honestly don't. Maybe it's because, My dad been in my life my whole life. I don't know. My dad has been my dad, not a part-time dad, but a full dad my whole life. Even to this day, my dad is a dad, still. So I don't know. A lot of men say, oh, they didn't have a dad, but I can tell you this much, that my dad didn't have his dad raising him. Like everything my dad got, everything my dad got as a man, and as an amazing father. I know a lot of people talk to me and was like, oh, you lucky you had a dad your whole life. My dad didn't have his dad his whole life. My dad left, him, his mom, all his siblings when my dad was only six. You
Oh,
know,
wow.
when my dad was only 6 years old. And my grandma had to Nana, Big Mama. I speak about her and my stuff too. But she had to take care of all of them. And everything my dad learned as a man, was from the eras of his brothers. His older brothers. So he learned how to be a better father from his older brothers not being great fathers and his dad not being a great father. So, he took their mistakes and turned that into, you know, an amazing, outstanding, man of God, and stuff. He had his faults, when I was younger, when, you know, he was still a good dad then, but he battled and succumbed to alcoholism when I was younger and
Mhm.
stuff like that. But he reached sobriety. He been sober for over 30 years. 30 years.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, he been sober for over 30 years. My dad has been through a lot of ups and downs. When he got close to God, preachers started hitting on my mom and stuff. But that, I'm telling you right now, this man has an amazing testimony. I know I have a great testimony, being a veteran in the military and stuff like that. But my dad has an excellent story of a testimony of like getting closer to God and seeing like everyone, God revealed every like shepherd of a flock that was like bad around him in that vicinity. It's like wow, like he had a ministry and he had to walk out and do it on his own. He had to like actually study on his own. Like he didn't want to, he wanted to, because he didn't have that father figure in his life. And every time he'll get close to somebody, they would, try to heal my mom. So
Oh,
it
Lord.
was, yeah, it was tough for him. It was tough. But he's an amazing man of God, all the less, all the more. So I appreciate that. Back to that poem that I said I was gonna do. Yes, so it's called Strong Black Woman. And
All right. All
all
right.
right, and it's I've never did it on a live stream before. I did it on stage once, twice, 3 times.
Oh, you can do it here. It's just us.
Here we go. Here we go. All right. All right. All right. All right. I gotta close my eyes and visualize. All right. Strong Black Woman by 1SP. Her presence cannot be denied because she stands tall and strong with pride. You cannot overlook her magnitude because she has beauty with attitude. What a woman. What a woman indeed. What a strong black woman for a crazy world to see. She defines the essence of perfection in each noble fashion without exception, highly cognizant of her forefathers and mothers. Therefore, she paved paths for so many others. What a woman. What a woman indeed. What a strong black woman. Even for so eyes to see. Her smile is like heaven gates open, bringing joy to all those who are chosen. And her heart too big for one person to treasure because she has strength beyond any measure. What a woman. What a woman indeed. What a strong black woman who wound up inspiring me. Strong black woman by 1SP.
Oh, I love that one SP.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I did it on stage. I don't know, but churches keep requesting for me to do it for some reason. I don't know. I ain't say nothing about the Lord in it, but I don't know.
But it's
I say,
still talking about a strong black woman though. You know what I mean? And most churches, like especially the Baptist churches, have is most of us we're black in there. And so then it's still uplifting. Even though you didn't say anything about the Lord, you're uplifting women. You know, you're uplifting women, and women need to be uplifted, especially black women. And a lot of times in church, the women are tearing each other down.
ooh, look at
So
you. Look at you.
they,
Look at you. Especially
they,
on the mothers board. Boy,
yeah,
let
yeah,
my parents tell me something about the mothers boy. They go on
mhm,
for hours.
yeah, and when they should be really uplifting each other, and they're not, you know, and that's something that you should definitely um recite when they request it. That's something that needs to be heard because they need to know that they're strong black women and that they need to stop backbiting each other and treat each other a whole lot better than what they do, you know, because I stopped going to church because of the
The
fake
bickering?
Christians.
Mm.
Yeah, you know, the fake Christians. I don't have time. You know, be who you are at all times, or don't be anyone to me. So I can pick my Bible up in the house because I
Amen.
just don't have time for the fakery. But churches aren't open anymore anyway because I was thinking about going back. But you know, maybe I'll go back when they open up. But I have attended um a service on like Facebook, but I don't let them know that I'm there when I attend it. I let them think that I'm still not coming to church.
Oh man. That, that's
He said, "That's funny, huh?" Mhm.
hey, look, I had this in the back pew. You know, if it was my first time there, yeah, I'm sitting in the back pew. You know, I mean that's just the way it is. You know, and then I work my way up to the front. So I mean, it
Once,
happens.
yeah, once you're ready, and then you'll make your move. But you have to be ready to make your move. And until then, you're gonna sit right there in the back.
So
That's
yeah, you just an online back peeler for you know, you the
well,
online back peeler. That's it.
that's it. Well, I didn't even think of it that way. Well, that's what I am until I'm ready to be like I'm here. Hey, how y'all doing? Uh huh.
Yeah. That no, seriously, like when you go to a new congregation, and like it's just unannounced. You sit in the back. Well, I know I've always sat in the back. If it was unannounced that I was going, and when I first got to, um, when I first got in the military, and I got to my first duty station on Fort Hood, I was scared to go off base, so I went, on base, in Fort Hood. But when I got to Fort Knox, my second duty station, when I got there, they I was there for a while. So and I kept missing service, that was, on post. I kept missing it, and stuff like that. I mean, like my schedule conflict because, I had a lot of other duties like staff duty and all that other stuff. So I looked for a church that was off post, and
Mm.
I wound up stumbling up on. I don't. I honestly was just driving and I saw like Baptist church in Kentucky. I was like, oh, it's a Baptist church. Let me go in here. And, that's all I knew. I grew up, in the Baptist, denomination. I grew up in the Baptist denomination. I was baptized, in the Baptist denomination as a child. I was, um, my parents, went to a Baptist church. And when I got in the military and stuff like that, all that changed. But so I went, I went to Mount Zion Baptist Church, and first person I saw didn't even know it was the pastor. He was wearing jeans, and he was wearing jeans, some Wrangler jeans, and some white shoes, some white sneakers, and he was wearing a regular, t-shirt, a regular t-shirt, a little fishing t-shirt, and stuff like that. And this is a Sunday, and I'm thinking this is probably like a random member and stuff. And turns out, he was like, "Welcome to church." My name Leon. He didn't even say pastor or whatever. He's like, "My name Leon." And, he said by first name and stuff. What's your name? I was like, "Oh, my name." I mean, I'm not saying my real name, but my, you almost got me there. But
I see.
yeah, I told him my name and stuff like that. He was like, "Oh, well, nice to meet you," and stuff like that. And I'm thinking that, Leon White, and I love Leon to death. I love him. Like, I love him still to this day. I could call him up, talk to him anytime I want. I love Leon to death. But Leon White, and stuff like that. I came from a black church. I rarely seen white people. I seen Hispanics, where I grew up, and stuff like that in Miami, but I've rarely seen white people, and even when I was, living in the Bahamas, I rarely seen, white people in the villages. I've never seen, white people like that. But, so I go here to Mount Zion and stuff like that. I sit, for a while. I'm in the back pew, I'm in the back pew. And you know what? The back pew is full. I'm like, what? The back pew is full. This is weird. So next, I enjoyed service. It was all white congregation. I enjoyed the service. So next, next service, I come back. He didn't even think I was gonna come back, but I came back. I was like, "Why you ain't tell me you was the pastor?" And stuff like that. He's like, "We don't live by titles here," and stuff like that. This is a whole different congregation, and stuff like that than what you probably used to or what anyone was used to. But we're on first names and everything like that. And from that moment, I was blown away, by the hospitality,
Mhm.
that I got in there. So, but I was like, since everybody's in the back, maybe I should move up closer to the front. So I was kind of forced to the front because everybody sit in the back, and stuff like that. So I wound up sitting. Hey, I got so close there, I was almost, next to the pulpit. So, but we wound up, I wound up going to the Bible study. They had Bible study on Tuesday nights, and I wound up going to about they probably still got Bible study on Tuesday nights. They probably do it online or on the phone. I know when there was a storm coming through, they did it on the phone. You know,
Mhm.
they did on teleconferencing, Bible study. But so, and if you see my Bible studies and you see how everything is and stuff, totally student of Leon, totally a student of Leon. He really, even though I had a seminary class, he really, before I even went to seminary class, I had one seminary class, one theology class, and he really showed me, how to dissect, scriptures, and he was telling me about Hebrew and stuff like that, and Aramaic and Latin and stuff like that, and stuff, you know, and he was explaining a lot of stuff to me, like, that, like, my, at the time, my home church where, I was going when I was in Miami, the pastor wouldn't even do with me, but
Mhm.
he literally did, and stuff like that. So and I'm grateful. Like I said, I'm grateful for him, and stuff like that. But one thing that I have question about, you know, um, with Leon was that when I was in Afghanistan and I was telling him about how the first time I went to Afghanistan and stuff like that, that I was, eating with the Afghan people. I was, eating with the Afghan people because I don't eat pork. I know wherever they eat, ain't gonna have pork in it. But when the military cooks something, they don't let you know if it got pork or not. So I'm gonna eat what they eat. That's how it was. The whole time I was there, I lost weight. I got muscles, everything. So I was talking to Leon about that. How I eat with them. And sit with them, talk with them. I even pray with them. And stuff like that, and stuff like that. We the Afghan people on the base were pretty like loyal to their faith. And we got in conversation about Muhammad, and then we got a conversation about Yeshua and stuff like that. And when we was talking about Yeshua, they call him Esau, and stuff like that. And my first thought is that they don't believe in Yeshua. They don't believe in Jesus, right? That's what I was calling him back then. I was calling him Jesus. Believe in Jesus. They don't know who Jesus and stuff like that. But they know I like eating with them. They know I eat pork. But the truth is, they do know who you know Jesus was. They did know. They knew that you know, he was, uh, he was a man that walked on water. They know that much. They know that he was born from Mary. They know that, and Mary is from the lineage of David, and stuff like that. So they know that he was born out of lineage of David. He is royalty. He is royalty to all of Israel. He was royalty to all of Israel because he was born from the Davidic lineage. So, and they know that he was not only did he walk on water, he healed the blind. He cured leprosy. He did a lot of miracles, turned water into wine. They believe in all that. They believe all of that. They believe all that. They just don't believe that he's the son of God and all of that. They don't believe that he's the son of God. But eventually, two of them wind up believing that he was the son of God. After being around me for a while, they eventually accepted it. But the problem was that they could not accept a white, blue-eyed, Messiah. They couldn't accept him being that. You know, first of all, you got two children. You got two children from Abraham. You got Ishmael, which is the lineage of all the Muslims, right. Well, the start of most Muslims is Ishmael, the lineage of Ishmael, and then you got the lineage of Isaac, and then Jacob and all of that. So they wound up being the Hebrews. So if they looking at themselves, if they the cousins of these people, the distant cousins of these people, how are they white? If the scripture we even read the Bible. The Bible reveals that he had skin the color of bronze, as if he's coming from a furnace, and his eyes
Mhm.
are like fire.
Yeah.
Even if the Bible and they point this out to me, if the Bible says it, how is he white with blue eyes? And that's one of the things that I had to battle with while I was there. So I asked Leon, and I asked Leon, I was like, if they say this, we can't be like, if all of this pointed to him being a man of color, then Mary, of course, is a woman of color. But if all of this pointed to him being a man of color, if you a man of color, people there were darker than what they are, now because a lot of white have been there, a lot of white people have been there, and and stuff, and conceived children and all of that. A lot of people have been, in bondage and stuff like that. Especially when when Rome occupied all of the place, and most of the Hebrews moved further south, and that's why you got a lot of Jewish people in Saudi Arabia and in and in places like Ethiopia, and you got places like even India got Jewish people and stuff like that. So and the Jewish people that's in India are black. So that says a lot in itself that the people that are Jewish in India are black. That says a lot in itself. But when we get into all of that and everything like that, I asked Leon, he's a white pastor, and stuff like that. He's like, look, this is something that most Christianity cannot accept, and most Christianity cannot deal with, him being, a man of color. Leon told me that, and stuff like that. But he's like, there is no doubt in my mind, there is no doubt in my heart, that the Messiah, Jesus at the time, than him, Jesus Christ, is a complete man of color, black man. That's what he said, white guy, white pastor. There's no doubt. I don't know if he was just saying that to me, because I was in Afghanistan and I had just turned two people over to the Lord. But but I don't know if he was just saying that to me. But I know, like I said, I love the man, from day one, meeting him, his hospitality, the congregation hospitality, everything. They didn't treat me like less than, a human being and stuff like that. When I went in there, I was proud to say, I was, a member of their congregation and everything. And, I would call my family in Miami and be like, yeah, I go to an all white church, and stuff like that. You know, and I'm the only black person there. And when I got married, you know, only black family there. I was proud to say that. And my parents been there, and stuff like that. And my parents was ushered in, like they my family, and stuff like that. So it was pretty nice, and I learned so much from them, and and it's like I don't know if all white people accept him as, a man of color or a black, Messiah. I don't know. But I know one thing, you know, um, I know one thing when he does come, and stuff like that on that white horse, I know one thing that before he comes, there's going to be an imposter, and that imposter is going to be the Antichrist. So the people that they think, uh, the person that they may think is the Messiah may really not be, the Messiah, and stuff like that. And that is one thing that, for a lot of believers, I don't want that happen. It doesn't matter what race they are. I don't want that happen. Racism may stop you from getting in the gates, or ignorance may stop you from getting in the gates. And stuff like that. Everybody could say they saved and sanctified, but if you still like, it doesn't matter what color, his eyes are, it doesn't matter what color his skin is. Like, I mean, if they tell you in Revelation that this is how he's gonna look when he comes, you need to have your eyes out for that, and it, it's hard, for people. A lot of people keep. It doesn't matter what color his eyes. It doesn't matter this. It doesn't matter. It matters because it tells you, like, he's gonna look like this when he comes. Like that. That says a lot. So I don't know. But I do know that a lot of people need to be prepared, and if they don't know, they need to be educated. And I love your ministry. It makes me feel, like I said, it empower black families, and a lot of time black families don't really, study the scripture together. You know, we a lot of black families, husband and wife, need to be equally yoked. And I know equally yoked sounds like a cliche because you don't heard it so many times. I know I did. You know, I heard it like a bunch of times. And I know that cliche. I know it sounds like a cliche, but it's not a cliche. It's a lifestyle. Um, we gotta first define yoke. This is what Leon would say. How would you define yoke? What is a yoke? And I'm like, I'm not from the country, so me being not from the country, I wouldn't know what a yoke is. But the people that are from the country and deal with agriculture on a daily basis know that a yoke is one of those wooden apparatus that you put on cattle, or you put on oxen, and you put on the neck and you lock it up. It has like a metal piece to latch on, and the top part is wooden, and it's made for them to plow a lot of the furrows in the ground, and they do it on one accord. They do it together. If one moves left, the others move left. If one moves right, the others move right. If one backs up, the others got to back up. If one moves forward, all the others got to move forward. And when the scripture talk about equally yoked, it's talking about moving together, moving as one unit. It said that a man and a woman will leave their mother and father to become one flesh. One flesh, is more than just one body. It's when we say flesh, flesh itself is having to deal with temptation. Flesh itself is having to deal with trouble. Flesh itself having to deal with fear. Flesh itself is having to deal with all of that. So when we talk about man and woman become one flesh, they have to deal with all of that. So all the troubles, think about it. Like you said, with your amazing husband, because he did marry you, with your amazing husband, like if he has, or if you have, um, like a trouble of your own, then you know he has to face that. If he has a trouble of his own, then you have to face that. That's equally yoked. That's one flesh. He doesn't face any temptation by himself, because the devil is smart. Remember, God didn't give Eve the commandment to not eat of the fruit because she wasn't even created. He gave Adam. He gave Adam the commandment to not eat of the 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 tree. Well, the fruit of the knowledge of tree, the fruit of the tree of knowledge of good and evil. It's a long sentence, but he gave Adam that commandment. He didn't give it to Eve. So the devil is smart. What he did is send a serpent. Well, it could be a reptile. You read the Hebrew translation, it goes in the reptile, but we know that was some. It was. We know that in English it says serpent. So he sends a serpent to Eve. Eve eats the fruit. God does not appear. Of course. You know why? Because God didn't give Eve the commandment. I know Paul says in First Corinthians, that woman put man in a sin and all of that. But if you read Genesis, God didn't give Eve the commandment to not eat the fruit, and God did not appear after Eve ate the fruit. So I don't know what Paul talking about. Maybe he was upset about women or something. I don't know. Maybe he didn't have a good day with women that day. But I know that when you read, and I'm contradicting him. I'm contradicting Paul and his ministry when he said that women put mankind in and say I'm contradicting it because it says in Genesis in the Old Testament, God did not, Eve was not created. Eve was not created. Adam got put in a deep sleep after God gave him that commandment. Afterwards, so uh, so so that one flesh and all of that, we get into one flesh. So we get into one flesh and we see that the devil went to Eve and tempted her, and stuff like that, and said that God can't do anything to you. And it's true. God wasn't gonna do anything to Eve. She could eat as much as she want. God didn't give her no commandment. But when it got to Adam, he could be like, nah, babe, you can have that. God told me not to eat it. I'm the man around here. I'm out here naming all these animals. I don't got time to eat that fruit. That's all he had to say. But Adam didn't do that. Adam said, let me try it, and that was when God appeared after Adam ate it. And they grabbed the fig leaves and stuff like that. I'm not imagining it. This is the scripture. God grabbed, God appeared after Adam ate it, and stuff like that. So, what I'm trying to say is that, they both were married. They both were married. It says that a man would leave, and all of that when he saw Eve. When he saw Eve, he said, "Blood of my blood, flesh of my flesh. I should call you woman because you are part of me." By far the most romantic thing I ever heard. You know, um, it's still romantic to me to this day. I mean, like finding, that part of your body that's been missing your whole life. That's romantic. That is like Adam. That is the best line I ever heard. But all right, so one flesh. So Adam get kicked out the garden. Eve, being a devoted wife she is, leave with him. Leave with him, and stuff like that. She was a good wife. She left with him, and stuff like that. They one flesh. They are one flesh, and we make, that by God giving Adam the commandment, and stuff like that. If they are one flesh, one body, by God giving them that commandment, by Adam not obeying that commandment, they both had to go through that they both had to go through that judgment of having to surely die. They both had to go through that. Even though Eve wasn't even created then, because they were married, they weren't flesh.
Mhm.
Stuff like that. Oh no, but I know that equally yoked is not a cliche, and I honestly feel that. I when I was married, I felt before I got divorced, I felt it. I felt like we are drawn further apart. God put us back together, and I felt it every day. I'm like, oh man, why is it getting like this? And I had to, you know, I had to pray, a lot, to maintain my composure in front of kids. I had to pray a lot to maintain my composure when I go to work, and stuff like that. You know, uh, Divorce is not an easy process. If you know anyone that has been through it, it's not at all. Especially when you love someone so much, you give your life for them. And literally, I've been in instances where I had to, offer, my life for, my spouse. I have, given up more than, you know, given up what was recommended of me. I had to, because it's in the scriptures, and it said he who finds a wife finds a great thing, acquire the favor of the Lord. And I'm like, I got me a black woman. I got me the queen of all nations, and stuff like that. So I was, thrilled, but yeah, you have to be equally yoked. And if you're not equally yoked with that person, then yeah, I'm sorry, sis. You're gonna have to. I'm sorry. It's hard. It's hard to accept, but
Yeah.
think about this. Think about this. Exes always, always, even when you get divorced, they're gonna try to come back in, and stuff like that. And my ex-wife tried twice, and I'm like, I did how's Malik doing? How is Malik doing? Malik spent time with you. How's he doing? Stuff like that. She wanted to talk about stuff that wouldn't pertain to our children and stuff like that. And I'm not with all that. If the luckily you got grown children. Luckily, so you don't gotta talk about kids. You don't gotta talk about kids unless you got grandkids. And stuff like that. So that's beautiful.
Yeah.
And
It is.
think about this: if that door is closed when God does have, you know, something amazing, and I keep thinking that God got something amazing for me out there. Like you got like the love that like I thought I was in love when I got married. To my ex-wife, I thought I was like madly in love. I thought it was head over heels. I thought I was truly, truly in love. But I found out that there's a grandeur that I have with God. Like I mean, like it's irreplaceable. Like when I'm like this, I defend God. Like it's a lot of forums on here, and it's a lot of forums on Facebook. That be like, oh, you can't talk about religious stuff. I'm like, I see all these people talking about relationship stuff. I got a relationship with God. I'm in love. Like what are you talking about? There's nothing religious about this. And then they accept it. They accept it. I appeal every time, and stuff like that. I got blocked by Facebook twice, and I
What?
appealed, yeah, just by talking about the Lord, and I appealed it and won, and stuff like that. I appealed it and won each time, But it's a relationship, and I'm like, if a person could, talk about love freely, then why can't I talk about my love for the Lord freely? Why censor my love? Why censor, something that inspires me? I honestly, have a relationship with the Lord. If you see it as religion because you had something that was written, yeah, and stuff like that, but I have a conversation. Nobody could be in a car and I'm praying, I'm crying, and stuff like that. And just me in the car, and that's like when them conversations happen, how you could be driving the car to like well, I'm retired, but I know like I had part-time jobs, some part-time jobs. And I would drive to the part-time job, after I, drop the kids off to school or whatever, and I would go there and like God start talking to me then and he'll just tell me like something like when you go to a grocery store today, I'm like, I don't need no groceries. But when you go to a grocery store today, I want you to put up every basket you see in the parking lot. Like stuff like that. I'm like, I'm not going to a grocery store today, but then when I go in the kitchen, when I get home, I see that I'm missing something as small as butter or black pepper. And I wind up going to a grocery store and I see all the carts. And I'm like, God, all of these? And it's like, it's like I'll do one and my car won't crank. I'll be like, oh, okay, God. All right, I'll go back out there. And when I get all of them and put them, it's like 20 of them. When I get all of them and put them inside the grocery store, I go back to the car and cranks right up. I'm like, come on. But it's like that. it's like that. I have that kind of conversation. I don't be looking for it all the time, but it comes. It comes.
Mm-hmm.
He be giving me he be tasking me out to do a lot of stuff. Be like, man, come on, replace the toilet paper in the restaurant. Come on, where am I find the toilet paper? You know what? I know that I got a host and stuff like that. I might ask the host, hey, look, um, I have to replace the toilet paper in the men's room. Like I have to do it. And they'll be like, sir, no, I got it. I'm like, look, I had a word with God while I was in there. I have to do it. I have to do it. Like I would not get my blessing unless I do it. Like, and I replace it. They show me where it is, and I replace it. I mean, that's just the way it is. You know,
Yeah.
it's weird. So, but yeah, you'll have those conversations, and stuff like that. So if you don't feel like, pray about that marriage. Pray about that marriage. I mean, whatever it is, I used to smoke Black and Mouse a lot, and I used to smoke that a lot, and I've been a year and a week, smoke free, a year and a week smoke free. That's the word, smoke free. So
Oh, that's good.
and my kids get to see me smoke free. It's amazing. It's amazing. I'm not. Well, I know they can smell it on me, even though I tried to mask it, and stuff like that. But I'm a year and a week smoke free, and I can tell you right now, sis, that addiction or whatever it is a state of mind. It's something that society tells you. From looking from the other side, I quit cold turkey. Like I didn't need a patch. I didn't need no smoker cessation class. I didn't need gum. I mean, it was just a divine revelation from God. Hey, look, I have 5 pack of Black and Mild. I smoked one, and I was like smoking how, and like in the middle of smoking, like I mean, I had it in my mouth. I got word from God. I'm like, right now, you gotta talk to me. It's like throw it away right now. I'm on the highway. All these cars behind me. Throw it away right now. Can I just finish this one? And it was like car almost hit me. I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm throwing it out. I'm throwing it out. I'm throwing it out. And that's what I did. Car almost hit me. Like, seriously. Accident right in front of me. Like the car almost hit me and wound up hitting another car. You know? So wound up hitting another car. I was like, okay, I'll throw it away. And that was that. Didn't smoke ever again. That was it. I was done. I was done. I was like, but God, if I my little thing in this whole thing, I was like, if I throw away these Black and Mountains, you gotta give me that relationship I need, man. I was like, I've been trying to catch the Holy Ghost since I was like 4 years old, and stuff like that. And I don't know, it hasn't happened yet. So I guess he'll do that when he's ready. I want to talk in tongues and all of that. I want to be able to do that. I can't, I've been wanting to talk in tongues for the longest, but I'm like, that's so cool. I want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
You ever did that before?
No, I don't think so. They say I have, but I don't think that was talking in tongues at all.
Oh, I want to do that. I'd be like, man, that's so cool. They jumping around. They so happy. They so free. They so liberated. I want that. I
Yeah,
want
well,
that. I never got it. I
I
never got
have
it.
shouted. I'm sure you probably have too, but I have got my shout on before a few times.
Um,
So yeah.
I'm rocking with my daughter to sleep. Oh yeah, I remember those days. I never had a daughter, but I remember, rocking my kids to sleep. Oh man.
Oh yeah. Huh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Those days are long past for me.
I
Yeah.
remember.
Yes. Yes. My
It don't
oldest.
work when they teething though. It does not work when they teething.
Oh my goodness, they just holler and holler and holler some more, and it just so because those gums are just itchy and hurting so bad, they don't know what to do, and nothing's really working to them gums, to those teeth and start coming out them gums, really.
But it's okay. I enjoy it. Okay, so my oldest son, I didn't know about teething. I didn't at all. But my youngest son, I was already educated from my oldest son, so he got it better than my oldest son. My oldest son was in pain for a while. My youngest son already knew what to do to get the trick done.
Mm.
But my youngest son, his teeth broke out within like, like I think what 4 days. Going through the whole little process. 4 days, it broke out. But my oldest son, he had to go through a lot of pain. It was like almost 2 weeks. You know, I
Oh,
didn't know what to do. I'm like, I changed him. I fed him. He's not sick. So I don't know what to do. I did everything. I called my dad. And I was like, my dad, like the number one go to guy for like fatherhood. So I called my dad. Good thing. Like I said, I enjoy having one. Um, I called my dad. And I'm like, Dad, LJ not going to LJ not going to sleep. I done fed him. I done burped him. I done, you know, I done did everything. He doesn't need to be changed. I gave him a nice little bath. He's not sick. I gave him the temperature, the heart rate. My dad want all of that stuff, stuff like that. He's like, oh, his heart rate a little high. His heart rate a little high.
mm.
Like, that's a normal heart rate. He's like, nah, that's a little high. It's about his heart rate a little high. He probably upset about something. And my dad was like, how he is again? It's like, oh, he like what, 5 months? He's like, oh, whoa. And you say you drove him in a car with the AC on full blast and that didn't work? It's like, oh, I know exactly what it is. He teething. He's like, you know what you should do? No, I'm not gonna give you my secret. You go to a doctor first and let them know they teething. And I took him to a doctor, right when my dad told me to. And when I took him to a doctor, they recommended some Oragel, but they had like their own kind, and they recommended a teething ring, and they had their own kind of that too. And all of that failed. Oragel didn't work. The teething rings didn't work. The little ointment that they gave me to put in his mouth didn't work. None of that worked. And then I was like, Dad, I don't know what to do. Like, he's still crying, and stuff like that. And I'm like, I gotta be to work in the morning and stuff like that. I can't drop him off to daycare, and he gonna be like sleepy, like, because he been up the whole time, And my dad said, you know what? Just get you a little stick of celery and give it to him. I'm like, what if he choke? I ain't gonna choke on that celery.
Mm-hmm.
By the time he get done chewing it, it's gonna be all soft anyway. It's gonna be so big and brushy. It's gonna look like a big like toothbrush. So put him to sleep every time, and it worked. It worked. It worked. It worked for my youngest son too. My ex-wife wanted to give him a teething ring. I was like, he don't need that. I'm like, she was like, I know, he's my son too. I was like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna let you do it your way. Why is he still crying? I was like, I've been through this. I've been through this already. And she was like, oh, well, all right, all right. I'm gonna take him to a doctor. I'm like, okay, take him to a doctor. They gonna recommend something that don't work. I'm telling you. She got the Oragel and stuff didn't work. So she was like, all right, what you think we should do? I was like, I went to the fridge, got the celery and just put it in his hand. And he chewed on it on his own. He already knew what to do. They know what to do when you get them the celery and they eat it. They know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
You don't got to tell them. They know what to do. Don't be like, oh, go bite this celery. No, they know what to do. Make that sound and stuff. They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. But yeah. And I asked my dad, where did he learn that from? He's like, oh, the Bahamas. I was like, oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah. But I'm giving you a pointer for teething. Giving you a pointer for teething. Giving you a pointer when you get there.
Oh, okay. I was like, you talking about Jassy and Nicole? Well, I'm done with all
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I'm giving her a pointer for teething. She gonna get there. She gonna do it. She got it.
Mm,
She got this.
yes.
Motherhood is easy. You don't got past the hard part. You don't got past the hard part. The hard part, yeah. Woo, you went through 9 months of it. Woo, 9 months of it.
Oh
And
yeah.
the final part was even harder. Oh man, I don't see how y'all could do that. Just
Yep. And my
I seen the blood come out, and I seen the blood come out and everything, and I'm like, oh, yep,
yeah.
that's my fault. That's
It's a lot.
definitely my fault.
You
That's
see it?
definitely my fault right there. Yep, that's my fault. Yep. My bad.
Yeah. My
Yeah,
my
now
middle.
give them to me. Give them to me. Yeah,
Yeah.
the nurse wanted to get them. Nah, neither one of my kids. Nah, you ain't gonna grab my kid first. I'm grabbing my kid first. Mm-mm.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Uh,
Oh,
but I don't know what. I don't know why mothers don't like to see the kid right after they gave birth to the child. They don't want to see the kid right after they gave birth to him. I'm like, you want to see him? That's the worst question to ask. They're like, get out of here. They tell me to get out of here.
oh, they usually lay the baby up on your chest after you have them. You know,
Yeah.
they lay the baby up there on the lady, or at least that's how they did it when I had mine. They
They're like, Dad, you want to give him his first? You asking me? I should be asking you. Do you want me to give him his first bath?
no.
I'm giving him his first bath. I'm giving him his first bath. Yeah. I'm
Uh,
giving him his first bath.
uh,
Like he don't like that soap. He don't like that kind of soap. He don't like that kind of soap. Give him some Johnson Johnson. He don't like that organic stuff. He don't like that organic stuff. Give him some Johnson Johnson.
Johnson and Johnson is good though.
I was like, oh, we don't got no Johnson Johnson. I was like, I can't prepare. I can't
You
prepare.
have your own, huh?
I'm serious. I'll be like, when my youngest son was born, I knew that they didn't have no Johnson Johnson. So yeah, I can't prepare. I wasn't prepared. I had a little thing that Johnson Johnson. I knew I was gonna get his first bath. So yeah, I wasn't prepared. And I went to
Mhm.
I was at my nephew's birth too. My oldest nephew birth with my brother. I was there with
Oh,
my brother. My little brother, had his kid before I had my first kid, and I was there. I drove him there, stuff, and his oldest son's mom. I drove them there and everything. After they gave me gas money, I drove them there. And when they finally got there and stuff like that, my brother was nervous and everything, and stuff like that. I'm like, cut the umbilical cord. Wake up. Snap out of it. Cut the umbilical cord.
mhm.
And I'm like, oh. And then cut it. And then he held them in his hands and stuff. He's like, you want to hold him? I'm like, you need to bathe him first. All this blood on him.
Mhm. Mhm.
I'm not going to hold him while there's blood on him. And then my brother, bathed him and stuff like that. So that was the first childbirth I ever seen. I guess because I was the only adult there. My brother and his oldest son, mom, was both minors. So I guess you know I was the only one there that was adult, and and stuff like that. So I guess I had to be there for that. But
Yeah,
that was the first childbirth I ever seen, and like right then and there, and it's like I'm never having kids. And 2 years later, uh, yeah, 2 years later I had one. So yeah,
yeah. Mm.
I was like, there's no way I'm gonna have a kid. I gotta go through all this. Like,
Yeah, and they're expensive too. All
yeah.
that. You gotta think about all that stuff with them. But it's 3:45 in the morning where I'm at over here. What time is it where you at?
Oh, 2:45.
Two. I have to. Where you at?
Winnipeg.
Oh, okay. Okay. I have to.
Yeah, you got that Eastern time zone.
I do. I have to get up and go to work in the morning. So I'm
Oh,
about
you
to.
got. Oh, yeah, you do got to work. I forgot.
I,
Retired
I
people don't think about work.
yeah. I decided to come on here. So I'm gonna come on and just do this because I have been putting it off because how I've been feeling. But I said
What,
I'm gonna
going
go.
live? It's
Yeah.
a great experience.
Yeah, it is. It wasn't because I don't like it. It was just because of my own personal issues, and I just didn't really feel like it because emotionally I'm drained. So, I'm very emotional. So I
Oh
just
yeah, I know.
I
I know.
needed my time and my break. But I said it would be a shame to get so close to where I've been trying to get to and then miss the mark because I decided not to do the things I said I would be doing.
So you
So
really gonna try to get the 4,000?
I'm almost there.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm almost there. But initially, like when I started, because I was doing my poetry, it was just like poetry and just doing my poetry, and then I said, oh, I'm gonna start doing some Black history on here from my group because I used to do Black history in my group. I did a project in my poetry group for Black
hmm
History one year, and so I went back and I would get stuff out the group, and I
hmm
was, you know what, I'm gonna just keep sharing Black history over here because there's a lot of people that we don't know, and it just kind of grew from there, and so and to me, because to me it's just still not about getting monetized as long as I'm bringing the work, but I've gotten so close that I said it would be a shame not to do it. But like I told my daughter, even if I miss the mark, I will still keep going because I want to keep doing what I'm doing. It doesn't matter to me. So I,
Well,
I don't know why, but it just don't. Maybe it should, but it don't. It's
I know.
crazy.
I know right now, sis, that monetization is not what's cracked up to be. That's what everybody said once they get there. But I guess you'll have to see for yourself. You'll have to see for yourself.
Well, you know what? Well, maybe that's why nobody's told me that, but maybe that's why my spirit has been this way. Like it doesn't matter to me
Oh,
as long as I'm still putting out the content about my Black history and just doing the things that I like, and I definitely like my sharing poetry and stuff.
you know
And
what? I should run all your playlists just to get you there. Just to get you there. Just to get it saying it doesn't matter. That's what happened to me. I mean, like when I said I didn't care anymore, I mean like people start running like my playlist like crazy. I was like, what? I was at like 1,500 the other day, and now I'm at like 38. And then like the next day, I'm like at 5,200. So I'm like, whoa. Like people is like ran my stuff like crazy. I was like, man,
Mm-hmm.
when I finally said, I don't care, Lord, I'm just here for you, and it happened. It happened. So, it I don't know. It doesn't change a thing, for me. Everybody like it's all about the numbers. All I know is that when people do see it, they see the ads. If I'm trying to like, let's say I'm in public and I'm trying to get a subscriber, they skip the ad. In my face. They subscribe, but they skip the ad. Like so, it's like, oh man, they
Yeah,
skip
yeah.
the ad right in my face. They'll skip the ad right in my face.
Let's give the ad in your face.
Yeah, they'll subscribe though, but they skip the ad.
Because a lot of times some people don't know that watching the ads it helps the creator to get their money. I actually didn't know that at first, and until my son had told me that some years back, because I was like, what in the world? These people had these ads on here. I called them commercials back then. I was like, these damn commercials on here. I'm skipping these commercials. And he said, Ma, that's how the YouTubers get their money. I said, oh, I didn't know that. You
Yes.
know, 'cause I'd be like, skip, get, get that out of here. But yeah, but after that, I was like, well, it don't take that much to watch a little commercial that's not that long. You
Whoa.
know,
I've
but
seen my own and I skip them. I'm like, I'm
oh,
like,
oh, you talking about when they have because I've seen the ones that's not that long, but I've seen some 30-minute commercials, and I'm like, I could be watching something else for 30 minutes while you up here having a 30-minute commercial. What's happening right now? But me and my girlfriend ended up watching like a 30-minute commercial when I was at her house. We didn't even realize we were even watching the commercial. We thought it was the show.
oh,
We thought it was the show. We watched the commercial. I was like, oh, that's not even the show. It was the commercial.
I do it. I do it all the time, and I skip my own too. I'm like, I'm not
Oh,
watching this. I'm not watching it.
don't skip your ass. It's
I
your ass.
skip my own. I'm like, I'm not watching it. I don't get paid. I don't get paid for watching my own ads.
Oh, well then, if you ain't getting no pay for watching your own ass, then
Yeah, I
you
don't get
know,
paid for watching my own ads.
might as well do what you do.
And they like all over the place. I'm like, what? This one got approved too? I'm like, this video got approved? I'm like, oh man. Oh
Oh
man.
yeah.
They be like, oh, watch what you put, watch your thumbnails. I'm like, that don't make no sense. None of that. When they told me, oh, you got to watch your thumbnails, you got to watch what you put in the description box, don't leave an empty description. I'm like, even the ones that got empty description got ads on them. I'm like, so I
Oh,
don't, I don't know, I don't know what they were. I don't know. A lot of people that gave me advice really didn't know how to put ads on their videos, and stuff like that. But mine got a lot of mine got approved, and a lot of them got ads on it, and I don't know. But it's nice to have it. It's nice. I guess it's nice to have it.
yeah, it's nice to have it. Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you.
Congratulations. I
So
didn't
you
know.
gonna do the Black History some more?
I'm gonna keep on doing Black History. Black History for us is every day because we Black every day, and that's not something that I will stop. It started from my project out of Poetically Us, my poetry group, and then I brought it over here, and
Mhm.
so it's just grown so much over here. And my girlfriend was telling me when I went to see her the other day, she said, "Girl, somebody can come on your channel with their child and do a Black History project for school. All this
Yeah.
stuff that you have up here, you are doing a good service." And I hadn't even thought about that. And then when you came here tonight and said what you said, it just warmed my heart so much to even know that you felt that way, because I just been feeling a certain kind of way these past few days. Like, I know I'm putting information out there, and I know that it's needed, but right now I don't feel like it anymore. Like I don't feel like it right now, and because I looked up the person that I'm going to do for Black History because I have somebody, and I haven't put her up yet, and I was like, I just don't feel like it. I don't feel like it right now. And then you come and you say this stuff to me, and I appreciate it because I really needed to hear what you had to say so I could get back up and so I could keep pushing,
All right.
keep pushing because I didn't feel like it.
You remember the first time I comment on one of your videos? And I was like, maybe I should do that. Maybe I should do like some Black History videos, right? You remember that, right? You remember that, right? Right. I was like, I like this idea. Maybe I should do that, and I started doing it, and no, it pales in comparison to yours because yours is like, completely like, educational, and you got to take a notebook with you, and mine is just like music you could work out. It got scriptures and stuff, but it's like basically workout stuff. It got a lot of quotes in it, but it's workout stuff, and stuff like that. But like it all started from like that one visit on your page, that very first visit on your page, and stuff like that. Is not now it's like I done brought into like content creators, I honor a lot of Black content creators,
Wow.
so yeah, it done brought into, content creators too. So it's, I don't know, it's different. A lot of white people are like, a lot of white content creators are wondering why I don't, like honor them with the vlogs too, not the vlog, but the actual tribute video, and stuff like that. And like the project, like it started, it was like, you know, it was basically about Black history, and it
Yeah.
ended up going to content creators. I didn't plan on, doing that for white people. And not against white people, but I didn't plan on doing that for them, and that's why I put it. I mean, I'm a Black man. I have a Black mama. I got Black kids, and stuff like that. I'm not racist at all. It's some videos that I do honor white people in, and stuff. I don't say their name in it, but you can tell that I'm acknowledging a white person by the content that's in the video. You can tell that I'm acknowledging a white person, and
Well,
stuff like that.
you're a
But
black. It's
but yeah, the Black content creators, they're like, wow. They're like, oh man, I've never had this before, But it's
yeah, yeah, yeah. I had thought about doing something along those lines. So I think with talking to you tonight, I will go through with it. You have inspired me to to decide to go ahead and step out of the box just a bit and do what was in my mind for a little bit.
what?
Uh, because I had thought about um, doing some content creators, making some videos with them, with them about just the way you're doing. But I'm not sure if it would just be for like Black history. I'm just not sure about that, like where I would go with it. So I'm just trying to figure that part out right now.
I
But
don't know, but it's way, the workout music is way different. Like
oh man, I know it
okay,
is.
think about this. You got Oprah talking while you
Uh huh.
working out. Like, come on, that's
Come on,
that's
you know now that no that right there. Okay, you got it. You doing something right there, buddy. You know what I mean? You have Oprah talking while you're working out. Who else do you have over there? You got Obama over there too?
no. I don't got Obama yet. I don't got Obama yet. I don't got Obama yet. I would love to do Michelle Obama though. I would
Yeah,
love to do like I don't know. I think Michelle is way like more
she
influential than Barack. I'm sorry, but
she a
it's just
fierce queen. Yeah, I love Michelle Obama.
she
I
took a pay cut to be the first lady. Like
Who really does that?
how
No,
influential is that? Like she
no, Barack,
took a pay cut to be the first lady. Like how influential is that?
right?
Like, all right, Barry, all right, Barack, all right. I would be the first lady. I would quit my job to be the first lady. I put in my 2 weeks notice so I can come back when I get done. I would, you know, but yeah, that was a major pay cut from what she was making. So it's I don't know, it's you
Yeah,
know.
yeah. Do the first lady get paid anything? Yeah.
I,
Hmm.
I would hope so. Like
Do they
that's
get
a
any?
position. That's a title. You get your own Wikipedia, so I would hope so. She get
Oh,
paid for that. She travels, she do appearances,
well,
so she should be getting paid for that.
okay. Well, yeah, that makes sense to get paid for appearances, but I'm talking about, like actual pay, like the president was getting. Then they don't even pay the president much money either. That's crazy.
But who I think um, Jackie Kennedy was
Oh
the
man.
first um, first lady to get a separate salary from the president. So you know, they had to get separate salaries because they were separated. But they were separated legally, but
No, no,
um,
I didn't know that. I had never heard that.
yeah, Jackie and Jack Kennedy were separated before he died. And stuff like that. They had did that, and that's how she wound up getting um, home salary. Boy, if she would have got that divorce, she wouldn't have got paid for good, boy. She was on her way to getting that divorce. But I don't know. I don't know. But she was already rich before she met him. So, you know, it,
Yeah.
it wasn't like she needed the money, and stuff like that. But, they never had a president that got divorced while they were in office. So, and stuff like that. But they were separated. That's why he was with Marilyn Monroe and all of them other, socialites and stuff like that. While he was married, and stuff like that. All of this, I think Jackie Kennedy, and Michelle Obama and I don't know about Barbara Bush. I'm sorry, you can't put her in that same category. Barbara Bush, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. She I don't know. I don't know. Reagan wife, I don't know about her either.
Oh, Nancy Reagan. Hmm.
I don't know about her. I don't know about her. But I know that Hillary Clinton was a very strong first lady. Not so much a good Speaker of the House, but a very strong first lady. A lot of Democrat first ladies are like so like empowering, but when you see like the Republican, like I always wanted, like when they have like a Republican president, they should have like a empowering Republican first
Republican
lady.
first lady.
They should have one of those, but they don't. They don't. They got like she's like most of them always quiet, and stuff like that. They never speak on women issues or anything like that. They never do that. I don't know why. It's like women are in the shadows when you got Republican president, and stuff like that. I don't know why.
Well,
Look at Trump. Look at Trump and look at his wife. His wife, you seen at the beginning, when he was, campaigning, you know, when he was campaigning for well, not this campaign, but the last campaign when he was, running the campaign and stuff. You seen his wife, his daughter, and all that. Ever since he been president, where has his wife been? Out the news. He haven't been talking about no women issues or nothing. His daughter don't even talk about women issues anymore. So women issues are like the last thing that they worry about during the COVID-19. But women are dying and proportionally during the pandemic. They're not talking about that, but they leaving that quiet, and stuff like that.
Well, well, women's health is not a priority in this country. Women's health is not a priority at all in this country, and then especially black women, our health is not a priority for real. We are all the way on the bottom of the list of priorities when it comes to our health. So yeah, I know what you mean on they not talking about it because it doesn't matter. And then if you are poor, you know what I mean? If you are poor, then you're really at the bottom of the list no matter what color you are, black or white. If you're poor, then you are at the bottom, all the way at the bottom, hoping to get some help and maybe you won't die.
It's just how the women are dying, and succumbing to the pandemic. They talk about the race issue, but women, women, black women. You want to talk about race? Talk about how many black women are like top tier person to get like fairly like ill from the coronavirus. They're not talking about that. They're not addressing that. We say Black Lives, and I love the motto Black Lives Matter. It makes me feel important, but no one is addressing how black women are dying to this virus. Nobody.
Well, they would never put those numbers out or tell the truth about it because the truth of the matter is they don't want that information out because in their mind, black women don't matter. You know what I mean? We do not matter to them, even though we know that we matter. But they want it to be with because black women are the most disrespected out here. We're the most mistreated out here, even by black women. We are mistreated, and we're
Oh,
even mistreated
are
by
you serious?
our black men. Yes, we are. I can tell you from being a
Sisters disrespect sisters?
sisters disrespect sisters all the time. I was in the
What?
store. I was in the
I'm,
store.
I'm, I'm baffled. I'm
Oh,
baffled right now.
don't be. I was in the
I'm
store,
baffled. I've
and
never. I'm serious. When I see sisters like don't talk for a while, they become friends again. And stuff
oh,
like
not
that.
when I say I'm not talking about biological sisters. I'm talking about women, like
Yeah, black women.
yeah, black women. They we can disrespect each other really awful for no reason at all. I remember I had with natural some years back, some black women saw my natural hair. They gawked at me like I was an animal and they talked amongst themselves about my natural hair and
Hmm.
how nappy my hair was supposedly looking, which was all lies. I had my afro out. I was looking good and it was nothing that they could even say to shake me because I already knew. You know what I mean? And so that right there was disrespect in itself. That was disrespect. And then it was an older black lady. She was older than I am, at least a 50 or 60. And I spoke to her in the aisle at Dollar General because I was picking up like some little paint and stuff because I like to paint and draw. And the black lady, I tell you now, didn't speak to me at all. A white lady came down through the aisle. She was breaking her face to try to
Ooh.
speak to that white lady and talk to her. The white lady spoke to her, and she was trying to get the hell on, but she was still trying to have a conversation with that lady. And I believe she tried to follow her to the next aisle, and I was like, "Ain't this about a bitch?" But I digress. You know what I mean? Hey,
I didn't. I didn't.
feel
I don't
how you
know. Now
feel.
that you talk about this, now that you talk about how they do in the grocery store, yeah, I seen videos where people were like commending black women fight each other and stuff like that. It'd be all over social media.
It's
So
disgusting.
and yeah, stuff like that need to end. But they get the most views and stuff like that. And I think it's nonsense, and stuff like that. Two black women, fighting over hand sanitizer makes no sense at all, and stuff
Oh
like that.
no, oh no. Like I'm
You
not
know,
gonna be
we're like
right. I'm
like
gonna
you both are like queens, and royalty, and stuff like that. What happened to, making stuff work with what you got? You got like hand
yeah,
sanitizer. It's not gonna save your life. I'm sorry, but
yeah. I'm not
it's a
here
it's
trying to
it's a
fight.
substitute. It's not even a substitute to washing your hands. Washing
You
your
need
hands is
no
washing
more.
your hands. You can't even substitute that with hand
No,
sanitizer.
no.
So
You and not even just black women, women. Period. For real, don't need to be out here fighting each other. You know what I mean? Out here fighting each other. I just find that a bad look for women and especially black women because I'm a black woman. You need to have more respect for yourself than to be out here fighting like animals. We're not animals, we're people. And then that's where the problems come in with us with being called all these nasty names when we out here fighting each other, and then we mad because we're being called these names. But look at your behavior. What is your behavior saying about you? Have better behavior, but your behavior is saying some things about you, and that's why these things are being said about you. So check your bull crap at the door and don't bring it out here in the streets.
uneducated, man. I don't know. It's a lot of uneducated, sisters and brothers. You
All
know.
over. Yep. All over. But I'm gonna have to go because I know I'm
All right,
not
yeah. I'm sorry for holding you.
gonna. Oh, you? Oh, I know. I had a good time talking to you. I was going. I
I'm
was
sorry
going
for
to ask
holding you.
if you had social media. Um, put it when I get off. Put it in the comment box.
Yeah,
So,
yours in your about, right?
huh?
Yours in your about page, right?
I have Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. So
Okay.
I was, I was going to follow you on Instagram, but if you have Facebook, I was going to friend you on Facebook. I just throw my videos up on Twitter, so you don't really have to follow me over there. I don't even know what you call it on Twitter. I just throw the videos up there. So
Yeah, I'm still. I still ain't figured Twitter out myself either. I mean, I got like only one post that got like 50, like hearts on it, but every other them don't have any. So like, I'm like, how did this one get 50 and all the rest of them, didn't get any, But it is what it is.
hey, keep on trying. That's all we can do is keep on trying, and you know, it's gonna
Yeah,
go better. So,
if it's in your about page, I'll hit you up on IG. I was thinking of making a advertisement for this live stream, and
okay,
everything on IG. Advertisement for this. Yeah, on IG, like just a little, flyer, letting everyone know that you were live. Yesterday, well, you were live today, so that they could be. Oh, I missed it. I didn't get to see it. So it
you
seems
are
like ever since I started doing those, oh, you missed this live, you missed this live, and they wind up watching it, and then you'll see them in the comment box, stuff
Oh,
like
okay. Well, you're more than welcome. I don't mind. I don't mind. So definitely, hit me on IG. And you say you have a Facebook, so I would definitely love to see you over there on Facebook.
on
So I
Facebook.
yeah, so I can add you
I
onto the
don't got
post
no, I don't
on
got
the.
no friends on my Facebook. I'm like, wow.
I said, don't worry about that, because I want to add you to my poetry group because
Okay.
I think you have great poetry when you read Strong Black Woman,
Oh, you
and
remember?
yeah,
You
I would
remember?
appreciate. Yeah, yeah. Bring it onto the group. Bring what you have to the group. Um, my poetry group is open. All poetry is welcome there, and I don't uh, shun anyone for whatever their poetry is. Whatever they put up is welcome.
Okay.
So, safe place in my poetry spot. So, please join us at Poetically Us.
Okay.
Oh,
Poetically us. Okay. I
oh,
I I'll do that when I get off. Poetically
okay,
us.
okay. All right, one SP. It was nice chatting with you, and maybe we can do it again. Maybe have a poetry night. Let me know if you up for it.
When you gonna do it, sister? You know what? You could do it whenever you want, sister. I'll be here. Just if it's on Saturday, let me know in advance because I observe the Sabbath. So
Oh yeah.
any other day, like you could do it like on the spot.
Well, tonight was just like, well, this morning was something that was just random. Usually, when I'm gonna do a poetry night, is I contact the people that I want, and it's always in advance that I let the people know that I want, so they can have the material that they want, and I let them know how long I plan on being live, so so they can decide if they want to stay or if they want to come or not, because sometimes people have things to do because you have lives outside of YouTube. And usually the poets that I bring on here is usually poets from Poetically Us that's actually not YouTubers really. It's
Whoa! Look
it's
at that.
two yeah, it's two that's working on it now. And but Tony Hendricks Green, she is a YouTuber, so she's been on she's done poetry here. And then um Deep Deep Entropy. He's a YouTuber. He's been on here to do poetry, but most of the time it's been poets from Poetically Us, and they've been so great. Whenever I ask them, they come on. They know I'm trying to get monetized, and they've been like so supportive of the whole process. And I just absolutely love the poets from my group.
Okay.
We family over there, so come and join our poetry family.
All right. All right.
All right,
Yes.
all right.
Well,
Want to speak? Good night.
okay. Good
Have a
night. You have a great um evening, week, or all of that.
All right. I will do so. And don't forget, anything you want to put in the group, you can put it up. You can talk about Jesus. It's all whatever you want to do. I don't mind. All
Okay.
right. Okay.
Yes.
So I'm signing off. So I want to tell everyone thank you for coming. Be blessed and have a great one. And 1SP, I want to say thank you for coming. Thank you for being out here with me tonight for as long as you did. I don't think I would have made it tonight because I was thinking about letting go about 30 minutes. And God sent me a blessing when He sent me you. Thank you. You helped me to stay on this long. I truly appreciate you. You didn't even know that you were helping me to keep going. So thank you so much. Be blessed.